Hi guys, I'm Cleo, and a show that I recently went to watch at the Barbican was called The Encounter by Simon McBurney. If you haven't already seen the show, hopefully you're planning on doing so already, or after watching this you'll certainly want to. So The Encounter itself told us the story of Lauren McIntyre, a photojournalist who worked extensively in South America, and his journey took place in 1969. And unfortunately he died in 2003, aged 86. Specifically, it was his journey into the Amazon to discover the Mariuna tribe. The Encounter was written, directed and performed by Simon McBurney, an English writer, actor and director, who's actually been in various films such as Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, The Theory of Everything and The Golden Compass. Wow. His inspiration for making The Encounter was taken from a book called Amazon Beaming by Petru Popescu. In The Encounter, the audience is transported to the depths of the Amazon, where we are made to accompany McIntyre on his journey to discovering the Mariuna people, as well as the source of the Amazon. And one thing I think The Encounter does well is showing the audience that there are thousands of tribes out there that all exist, that are all doing their own thing. Through a mixture of sound and visuals, the performance evokes the landscape of a rainforest. What I found really quite unusual and exciting was that all the audio was transmitted to us through headphones, and so there was like headphones attached to our seats, and we had to put them on, and he could communicate through like our left ear, through our right ear, and it was just really cool. And what I realised afterwards was that if he had just been talking at us from the stage and we had to listen, the show wouldn't have been as effective or intimate as listening through headphones was, because we could hear every single bit of audio, from his footsteps to like a crackling of a crisp packet. And it just really reiterated that feeling of being in a rainforest and feeling dense and feeling kind of trapped. So why should you go and see this show? Because if you're into this kind of sci-fi, time exploration, issues that make you go, well, what kind of world am I living in right now? The Encounter explores these kind of things in such a unique, interesting way. He presented time as fragile, and he presented it as something we possess, as something that didn't go forward, that didn't go back, and that didn't stay the same. And that's how life was for the Mariuna people. And in that way, time was like a cycle in which they could return back to the beginning. One thing that really stood out for me, that I found quite powerful in the play, was that despite the whole concept of time being very, very distorted throughout the whole play and being very abstract, there was a moment in the play where time seemed to be directed. One more thing, McBurney really addresses some of the pressures of Western society, and these pressures are heightened by its contrast to the Mariuna tribe and how they're so far away from what we would call civilization. And one of these pressures are time. In a sense, we are smothered and controlled by time in our society. We all have reminders, alarm clocks, calendars. The whole way that he presented these things and described them and expressed them left you saying, oh, that's so true. And the set was gorgeous, and in my opinion the simplicity of the set really allowed more emphasis to be put on the content. There was just a single table and a lamp and a chair, although there were like quite some props scattered around, like water bottles for example. Like a massive back wall that had like a really strange pattern on it, that kind of like an optical illusion, and that kind of added to the whole sense of our consciousness being distorted, like here and there. So besides being one of the most amazing pieces of theatre I'd ever seen, it was so unique, it was well put together, it was clever, and it sort of left me like, how the hell did someone write that? Which I found quite funny, because in a BBC interview, McBurney said he would find it impossible to evoke the most complex, densely organic ecosystem in the world on stage, and despite that, he did it. I definitely recommend you watching it. Comment, like and subscribe for more updates and videos about other amazing shows the Barbican has to offer. The Barbican stopped showing it on the 6th of March, so go ahead, get your tickets and check out the Barbican website for more details and info. Thanks so much for watching, bye!